Hi guys, it's a bit of a personal video and more of a follow up to a video I made probably about just over a month or so ago. So if you're not too interested in this sort of stuff, then by all means, if you want to skip it, that's perfectly fine, completely understandable. But I've always been a firm believer of if you've got a platform and you can hopefully bring something of worth, then you should use that platform. And I'm also a firm believer of if there's something on your mind or you need to get something off your chest, and it could be just an idea or it could be a burden that you're carrying, just get it out there. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be doing a video. It could be, writing it down in a journal, writing a blog post, doing something creative, uh, getting professional help, or just talking to someone, or even just venting on Facebook. If you've got something you want to talk about and something that's eating you up, then just put it out there, because you'll be surprised at just how helpful it is. And I do apologise about the appearance. It's been my day off today, and it's been a very lazy day. And just enjoying a nice bottle of the Tegernseer Dunkel Export, which I picked up from Northern Beer Temple in Wigan. It's a lovely little beer. And yes, this is just a bit of a follow-up to a video I made a little while ago. So if people watch that and I'm repeating myself in this one, I do apologise. But it's just a bit of an update, really. God knows how many times I've tried to actually record this video. Well, I've lost count how many times I've got about 10 minutes in and just thought, no, not doing it. I was doing good earlier, but I got interrupted. So luckily, I think I've still got some sort of train of thought going. But yeah, so it's been a year since I've been back in the UK, and a year of me being single. And first of all, I hate being single. I knew it was going to be tedious and soul destroying, but it's just absolutely horrific. It really, really is. And having to resort to fucking dating apps, which leads to nowhere, and it's just even more soul destroying. It's just horrible, and I would not wish this on my worst enemy, because I miss. Well, first of all, I still miss the ex a considerable amount, a lot more than you probably should after a year. And the sad part is, I think I've lost her forever, even on a friendship basis, because of the way I acted and the way I treated her after the breakup. I was never vicious or mean or anything like that, but it's just looking back, because I've never had to deal with anything like this before. I just didn't know how to do it. So we'd be talking, and then next thing, an idea or a memory pops in my head, or a question, and then it's just like, well, there you go, Peter, good job. So I think it's at that point now where I may as well be dead to her, to be honest. And that really does, it really fucks me up, actually, because obviously I'd like things to go back the way they were, but I doubt that's going to happen. But it's definitely, I'm not even going to have her, it just seems like I'm not going to have her in my life anymore, which really does depress me, and I don't like the person I used to be, is what I'm saying. And if you are watching, which I highly doubt that you are, but I am legitimately sorry. And doesn't matter how many times I attempt to say it, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? This is one of the main problems that I have, and what I've been doing a lot recently is dwelling on things and thinking, oh, what if I'd done this, or if I'd have reacted this way, or if things have gone this way, and it's like, just don't do that. Just do not do that, because it gets you nowhere, and you end up just going down this emotional rabbit hole. And, you know, people say, oh, it's just a breakup, you'll meet someone else, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, it was 7 years. It was my first real relationship. And she was the person I thought I'd spend the rest of my life with, and, you know, get married and have children with. And then all of a sudden, it's all gone. I've had to come back to the UK, back to the hometown. Thankfully, got my family around me, which I don't know how I'd do without my family. And the worst thing is, you know, they can clearly tell that I'm not being myself recently, and I'm worrying people. And it's when you're aware of that, that just is even more soul destroying. And I know deep down that this is a funk that I will get out of, because as far as I'm concerned, I have had my rock bottom. And the fact that I'm still here, fully aware that that was my rock bottom, I know things are going to be okay. I personally feel I'm a much better person. I'm actually contributing to society now, because I was essentially a literal and an emotional leech for such a long time. You know, I pretty much squandered 10 years of my life, and although 7 years were the best of my life, that person enjoying them, to me, is not the person I want to be. And part of me thinks that it would have just been completely unfair and selfish if I was to have put her through what she was going through. You know, because, you know, without getting into too much detail, because I don't want to, you know, dox her or anything like that, do you know what I mean? But, you know, she was working part-time, she was a student, she was essentially paying for the apartment where we were. I was struggling to find work. So, you know, I was almost putting her future in jeopardy. And she needed a way out. So if I was to have carried on in that situation, fuck knows what would have happened to her. But at the same time, I miss her, I miss the cat, and I miss what I had. And that's something that I thought I did actually get over. But recently, and it's because I've been dwelling. There have been nights where it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm about to fall asleep, and then the mind goes, oh, remember this? Oh, remember that she doesn't love you anymore. And next thing you know, I'm bawling like a baby. And then, I don't know, it's a strange one. and I'm still working things out. And that's part of the reason why I want to document it, because some people might be going through something very similar. Somebody might be going through something quite a bit more trivial, or someone could be going through something much worse. But the fact is, my voice is going weird then. The fact is, people deal with different things in different ways. What might be a massive burden to someone might be just easily sorted by someone else. I know for a fact that there would be people in, a really meaningful relationship by now. Do you know what I mean? But there's part of me that thinks, do I really want to be a burden to someone else? And is it really fair on the potential next person, because I've still got feelings for the person who came before? So, you end up doing these like stupid and pointless inner monologues and creating these scenarios and then making decisions based upon them, and then just getting yourself nowhere. And again, I know that things are going to be okay. I've got a great family. I've come to know so many great people. The guys who I've been meeting up with throughout the year from the Manchester pit up, that was probably the best few days of my life, to be honest. Because those guys, and you know who you are, and I don't say it enough, but you got me through a hell of a lot. And not to discount my family, because they've been very supportive as well, of course, and very patient, especially around Christmas, because I was just not a nice person to be around. I was lashing out at people. I was clearly withdrawn. So essentially almost ruining what should have been a wonderful time for other people. But thankfully, I've got a good support network. I'm doing good in work. I'm getting to know people. It was a bit cagey at first, because I'm terrible at being the new person in a group. I just, when there are already established relationships, I seriously struggle to integrate. So to be comfortable in my workplace and enjoying the work and getting paid and being able to do things now and create new memories is just, no matter how low I can get myself, it's easy to pick myself back up. And I'm so fucking lucky for that. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I can be the complete opposite, where I can be all happy, going about the thing, and then just one little trigger, and next thing you know, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm crying myself to sleep. But it's a tough one. But you keep on keeping on, and you take the good, you take the bad days with the good days with the bad, take them as they come. And the worst thing you can do is you can look back, because I've got so many great happy memories from the past 7 years, and you can look back and remember those and cherish those moments. But I've got a box of her stuff in the cupboard, like a book that she made for me, which contains loads of photographs, loads of little paragraphs and writings and notes and things like that. And it was the single most beautiful thing anyone's ever made for me. Excuse me. But it's at that point now where it's full of beautiful memories, but I know for a fact that I cannot open that book and look through it. But at the same time, I can't bring myself to get rid of it, because then you would be completely destroying the happy memories from the past 7 years. and that's probably why I'm making this video, is because I've still got opportunities to make happy memories with some absolutely fucking amazing people. And the person I was back then is not the person I am today. And yeah, I'm still in a bit of a funk. It's really getting me down, not having someone special in my life, but that can only change if I make it change. And you know what? I probably should talk to someone on a professional level. You know, because I've got a hell of a lot of stuff to work through. But I can tell you now, doing this video, although you've just seen me well up and nearly cry on camera, that's been such a relief for me to get this out there. And I think this, for me, is... YouTube in general is a great form of therapy for me. I mean, sure, a therapist would probably say, oh, drinking beers on YouTube is probably not the best way to go. But, you know, I drink in moderation, you know. Luckily, I don't drink when I'm sad. I don't have to drink. Demons don't go away when I do drink. So... you know, I'm so thankful that I don't use beer as a crutch or anything like that. And there are people out there who unfortunately do. And, you know, you've got to put stuff into context. And sometimes you've got to think selfishly. You really, really do. And, yeah, that's why I'm making this video today. Just a bit of a follow-up. Because it has been something that I've been... God knows how much time I've actually wasted recording this video over the past few weeks. But yeah, there were things going on in my own life, and things happening to people who I cared about. And then it was like World Mental Health Day, which I thought that would be the perfect time to get this up. But of course, didn't get around to it. And yeah, it feels good to get this out there, and it also feels good knowing that this could potentially resonate with someone else and help them. I mean, you know, I'm only 29, you know, and a lot of people who I watch are older than me and have been through a lot more than I have. So, you know, I'm preaching to the choir most of the time. But, you know, if I can help at least one person, or at least give someone some sort of inspiration or anything like that, because people did reach out to me when I made that first video, and that was just absolutely wonderful. And, you know, so if I can help and use my platform for good, then I'm going to use it for good, no matter how... you know, it makes me look on camera. Because, you know, if you start depending on how people, or worrying about how people think about you, or what you say, then you're not living, and you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people. But yeah, that's it really. So started off a little bit, got a little bit, but now it's a bit chipper. So if you'd like to see more of these sorts of videos where we just discuss topics, doesn't have to be about personal things, it could be about stuff going on in the world. And as you can see, the TV's gone on standby. Yeah, I like this sort of stuff. I like discussion, and I like using my platform for things like this. So yeah, if you've got any sort of feedback, or if you've got any stories to tell, or you'd like me to, you know, talk about something specific or tackle a specific topic, then yeah, let's do it. Let's get out there. People need to talk. People need to air their feelings and not have to worry about what people think about that. Do you know what I mean? Because what sort of world would that be? So yeah, that's it really. There's a hell of a lot of stuff that I wanted to talk about that I didn't get around to, but you don't want to sit watching me for another 20 minutes. So maybe I will follow this up when I've got some sort of like direction or something pops into my mind. And yeah, that's it really. Thank you for listening to me, and if any of this can help any of you guys or can help relate to what you might be going through or make you feel much better about your own situation, then that's good. And thank you for watching and putting up with me rambling on, not making any sense, and getting a little bit soppy, but we all get a bit soppy sometimes. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You all take care, and if you need to talk to someone or you need to get something off your chest, just do it. Don't think about the consequences, because you'll feel much better for it. Even if it's just recording a video for yourself, just talking about it and then deleting the video and then getting on with it. Just get it out, what you've got on your mind, and you'll feel much better for it. And again, if my ex-girlfriend is watching this, I know you probably never want to speak to me again, but I am truly sorry, and I hope you're doing well. Anyway, thank you guys, and I shall hopefully see you all later. You all take care.